Alright, everybody. Welcome to Armchair Bikers TV. It's been a while. It's been a real long while. And last time I was on this bike, we were up in this area. It was about the same temperature, 37 degrees. Got the little snowflake indicator on the speedometer. It is end of January, almost February now, so that's what we're dealing with here in upstate New York. But unlike the last video I made with this bike, where I only had 100 miles on it, we got 6,410 on this bad boy. Rebel 1100 2022. And if you haven't seen that first video, basically just came up here to make that video when I first got the bike. Wanted to talk about why I got the bike, what I thought about it, first impressions, stuff like that. But it's been a little while. I think our last video was almost about a year ago, February of 2023. And that was a video that Boomer Buzz made on his BMW 1100 GS, which was another wintertime video. I guess that's when we get motivated to make videos in the wintertime, which doesn't really make too much sense. But so today I just wanted to talk about how this bike has been for me over the past year, a little over a year. And you know, the past 6,000 miles, how have they been? Also wanted to try out the new recording feature on the Cardo headset. If you're not familiar with Cardo, they are another headset communicator, just like a Sena. Me and Boomer Buzz used to use the Senas a lot. Had decent luck with them, but then we switched over to Cardo, and I gotta admit, I think the Cardo units are a lot better, just their overall usability, functionality, sound quality, and they have a recording feature now where if you download the Cardo app on your phone, you can start recording your conversation audio. So not only does it record your audio going into the microphone, but if you're talking with somebody, it records their conversation audio as well. So you can, it makes it really easy if you're trying to do videos just like this, where you don't want to have an auxiliary microphone set up with your GoPro, and you just want something simple. I mean, hey, the headset's already on your helmet, so you might as well use it. We're going to see how that works today. But yeah, 6,000 miles on the 2022 Honda Rebel 1100. This is the regular version of the 1100, so it's got a clutch lever and a shift lever here, so no DCT. Sort of talked about that in the first video I made with this bike as to why I didn't go with the DCT, and I wanted to stick with the old tried and true clutch lever right there, right? Just personal preference. I think Honda's DCT is definitely a great system, but I just like the old school way, just shifting your own gears, you know. But overall, I'm happy with this bike. I am starting to get, I'll admit it, I'm starting to get a little bored with it, which tends to happen to me around this type of mileage sometimes. It's definitely sort of my track record is I get up around this type of mileage and I start to look elsewhere as to maybe what other bikes I want to buy and maybe get rid of this one and get something else. But overall, it's been a fun bike. I still think it's a great cruiser alternative if you don't want to go with something like a Harley Sportster or something like that, but you still want like a cruiser vibe. I think the whole Rebel lineup is a really good alternative if you want to stick with the Japanese bikes. And this parallel twin, which is the same parallel twin they use in the Africa twin, is a fantastic engine. Really love this engine. I think they should put it in more bikes. And that's really the best part about this bike is the engine. As far as the handling and the overall rideability of this bike, I will admit that the engine is a little sportier than what the chassis is. So a lot of times I'll get into situations where I start riding the bike maybe a little more aggressively than what it was actually designed for, just because the engine sort of provokes you and makes you want to ride like an idiot and, you know, ride fast through corners and stuff like that. So what ends up happening is I'm, you know, scraping foot pegs and scraping even parts of the frame sometimes, just because the ground clearance on the bike and you know, is not that much, obviously, and therefore it doesn't allow for very steep lean angles. So it's not too hard to get yourself into a corner and then start scraping the foot peg, or start scraping like the actual frame where the foot peg attaches to the bike. So, which is a little annoying, I will admit. Sometimes you want to ride this bike, again, more aggressively than maybe it was designed for, and things like that can get old after a while. We do have a short that I made of me scraping the foot pegs on this at night. You see like sparks flying off of it, which was pretty funny. And if you haven't seen that short, check out some of our YouTube shorts, because we have been making those somewhat recently. Another thing is the front end on this bike has a little bit of a stability issue, I guess. It definitely feels like there's not a lot of weight over the front of the bike in terms of the overall just weight balance. You'd notice that over bumps and through corners, the front end just feels very light. And if you turn the traction control off and you have a hard acceleration, like from a stop, you can even get the front end to, lift off the ground and do a little power wheelie. And so there's definitely not a lot of weight over the front end, and that definitely rears its ugly head sometimes when you have the bike leaned over and you hit a bump at the same time. Sometimes you get a little bit of like a head shake, head wobble thing going on. That happened to me a few times on the highway where I was changing lanes. And as I was changing lanes, there's a bump in the highway because our highway's stuck here. And I don't know, about 70 or maybe 75 miles an hour, hit that and got a little bit of a weird head wobble for a second, which was a little unsettling, but not a huge deal. I mean, didn't last for very long, but it was, it's not very confidence inspiring, I guess, when that happens. So, again, a little annoying, and makes you want to sort of not ride the bike maybe as aggressive as you'd like it to, just because when you get into a corner, you're a little worried. At least me, I'm a little worried about that sometimes, where if I go into a corner and I'm putting a lot of input on the bars and I have a lot of pressure on the bars, that's not the time to hit bumps with this bike, because it will get angry at you and shake the head around a little bit, go woo like that. But so yeah, in conclusion, I think the engine is a lot sportier than this actual bike is, which is why I think they should put this engine in maybe some more bikes. I mean, they got it in the Africa Twin, they got it in this bike. It'd be cool if they put this exact motor in like a naked bike. I do know Honda is coming out with their Hornet or their CB750 or whatever, which is basically this engine but a 750 version of it, which is cool. But the 1100 is a really cool motor, lots of torque, and I think it would be cool if they put this exact 1100 in a naked sport bike type platform. It just has a really good sound to it, and I think it would do pretty well. But this section of the road is actually, in the first video I did a little like 30 miles an hour to 100 miles an hour in the first video that I posted with this bike, and that particular clip got a lot of attention because I re-uploaded it as a short, and I think it actually has like 90,000 views now. I didn't have it in sport mode though, and it was like the bike had 115 miles on it, so it wasn't broken in and it wasn't in sport mode. So there was some people going like, that thing's slow, that thing's not fast, look at how long it took, blah blah blah. Plus, back there, you can't tell on camera, but it is an uphill too, so that was accelerating up a hill. So I think in this video we're going to have to revisit our 30 mile an hour to 100. So maybe we will do that here in a short bit. Alright, here we go. We're going sort of down a hill, but almost caught up to this car a little quick. But 29. There we go. It's like 25 to 100. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not a sport bike, okay? This bike is not a sport bike, but for what it is, not too bad in a straight line. Well, anyway, here's some really rainy, snowy, gloomy landscape for everybody to see. Roads are very wet and cold. Dropped down to 35 degrees as we've been riding here. So, that's fun. 4:30. Starting to sprinkle a little bit. and it's foggy and snowy and wet. This is what, yeah, look at the fog, wow. This is what upstate New York looks like this time of year, and unless you want to park the bike for the better part of 5 or 6 months, this is kind of the stuff you got to ride in if you want to ride. If you don't, well, I guess just leave it in the garage and wait till it gets nice out, but that sort of sucks after a while, so sometimes you got to come out and just endure this crap out here, but I don't know, this is not ideal conditions. Yeah, for 2024, we definitely want to get on a routine upload schedule. We're gonna pick a day to have a routine upload, sort of get on a schedule. I think that'll help us stay a little more consistent. Again, 2023 was just an overall messed up year for us, so we didn't really upload much besides some of our YouTube shorts, which I've mentioned before. So check them out if you haven't, but just got to come up with some ideas, though, as to what we want to do. Like I said, this bike might get rid of it and get something else. Not really sure what I want to get, though. So if you have any ideas as to what I should get or what bikes you'd like to see for 2024, whether it be mini moto or sport bike or adventure touring bike or something like that, leave a comment down below, see what we want to get, right? Overall, like I said, enjoyed this bike. I'm just sort of getting a little bored with it, you know? Sometimes you just need a change of pace. And it's a new year, so maybe it's time for a new bike, right? Oh, look at a couple of deer. Boy, this is very similar to the first video I filmed with this bike. Deer running across the road, cold, snow. Pretty funny. You get a little deja vu up here. You think we should get a BMW, or you think we should even get a Ducati? Join the Italians with the Ducatis? I don't know. Or the Germans with the BMW? Get another BMW so that way I can ride with Boomer Buzz on his 1100 GS? I don't know. I don't know, people. You gotta let me know what bikes you'd like to see, what bikes excite you for 2024. Also, you want us to make more Papio content. We probably will anyway, but is that something that interests you? Doing some more rides on the CF Moto Papio? Or should we get rid of the Papio and get one of the new CF Motos? I don't know. These roads are crappy. Look at snow, dirt. It's gross. Absolutely gross. Gonna have to clean the bike off after this for sure. Got something in my eye. Got salt in my eye. Got shit hit my helmet. So, if you're in the market for a motorcycle, should you get a Rebel 1100? Well, they got a nice new blue color for it this year, for 2024. Very nice looking blue. And if you like the cruiser style, if you like the cruiser ergonomics, again, it's a pretty comfortable bike. No wind protection, but you know, that's sort of obvious. So you got to be prepared for that. You know, you definitely get blasted on the highway, but yeah, if you like the cruiser vibe, I would still recommend this bike for sure. Even though I'm personally a little bored with it, that's just kind of me, but it's still a great bike, great engine. And yeah, if you're looking for a cruiser that's not a Harley and sort of looks cool, then you should go for it. I don't know, guys. Do you think I should get rid of this bike, or do you think I should turn it into a dual sport? That's right, you heard me. Dual sport. Check out one of our shorts where I took this bad boy off-road in the backwoods. It is an Africa Twin at heart, okay? It's got the same engine, so put some knobby tires on this, maybe a skid plate, which they actually make, and you might have a cool little cruiser dual sport, you know, I don't know, zombie apocalypse bike. I've actually seen some pictures of people that have done that, where they put, you know, knobby tires on. There is a company that actually makes a skid plate for this bike, and then, you know, exhaust and of course some other things, and they actually look pretty cool. I mean, obviously this is not an off-road bike, but for some reason, this bike with skid plate and knobby tires looks kind of cool, and maybe we should do that with it. I don't know. Maybe I should just do that. Would you guys like to see that? A little Rebel 1100 Scrambler build? Maybe that'd be cool. I don't know. Let us know in the comments. Nice view of the frozen lake here. Look at that. It's another thing that we're going to try to be doing this year. Well, within the next month, hopefully, is get some ice riding in. This ice is definitely not thick enough right now to ride on or really do anything on, but it's getting there. And if we have a couple more nasty cold weeks, then we should be able to have enough ice to get the dirt bikes out, or to get the pit bikes out on the ice. Go up to Lake George, mess around on the ice. They're also going to be doing the Winter Carnival up in Lake George, which is where they let side-by-sides, ATVs, pit bikes ride around on the local roads. Of course, you can ride around on the ice if there is ice. They do like a little mini poker run up there. We have a video of doing that last year. Unfortunately, there was no ice, or not good enough ice on the lake, but we do have a video of me and Boomer Buzz going up to Lake George with the pit bikes and riding around the Winter Carnival and doing the, seeing all the different restaurants that they were participating in the poker run. So not a lot of people saw that video for some reason. I'm not sure if it's the thumbnail, or if it's just because our channel is small, or if it's just because the video sucks. I don't know. But if you haven't seen that video, chances are you haven't. Just go check that out on our channel. It's titled "Riding Pit Bikes on the Street." Look at that crap in the road. And yeah, go check it out. Let us know what you think. Yeah, so look at these lovely road conditions up here. Oh my god. All this dirt, salt, shit. This is lovely riding weather. But this is what it's been like for like the past week, so I don't know. I just said, you know what? I gotta get out. I gotta do something. Alright, everybody. That was gonna be it for this video. Hopefully that was somewhat entertaining. Just wanted to break the bike back out, break the GoPro back out, dust off the cobwebs. Try to put something together for some entertainment. And I'll look forward to more videos in 2024. Again, we're going to be more consistent. We're going to be uploading a lot more. We're going to pick a set date to upload on, or a set day of the week to upload on. So you're going to see more in 2024. That is the game plan. All right, everybody. Armchair Bikers TV, signing off.